My name is Celia Heyman, and I am currently enrolled in Capella University's doctoral program in Applied Behavior Analysis. My advisor for this research was Dr. Dana Reneke. My study evaluated the effects of using equivalence-based instruction, or EBI, to teach relational frame theory concepts disseminated via Google Forms. Distance learning provides many different types of instructional method, and one of them being EBI. EBI has demonstrated to be effective in teaching a variety of skills to both individuals with and without disabilities. However, only a handful of EBI studies have focused on teaching behavior analytic content, and no EBI studies have been found as of date to teach relational frame theory, a behavior analytic account of human language. And although we have over 3 decades of research, EBI is not extensively used in higher education settings or in the classroom as part of the overall program curriculum. The low incorporation of EBI in classroom curriculum might be due to the lack of technology, financial resources, and the overall lack of transportability. Existing EBI studies have used computer programs and other learning management systems like Adobe Connect and Blackboard. To our knowledge, none of the published EBI studies have used a commercially available software like Google Forms. The majority of EBI studies have used a quasi-experimental design, such as a pretest trained post-test design. Our research question was to evaluate the utility of EBI to teach relational frame theory concepts using Google Forms, and this would contribute to scientific merit in many ways. Using EBI to teach a novel subject matter such as RFT, we used a single subject design. We evaluated the feasibility of using a commercially available technology like Google Forms from an instructor and researcher perspective, as well as obtaining social validity from the participant perspectives. We recruited participants by providing a link for the EBI instruction on various social media platforms. Participation was voluntary, and all the names were de-identified by Google Forms. The experimental stimuli consisted of 4 equivalence classes, 3-member class, and were validated by several RFT researchers who are doctoral level board-certified behavior analysts. The equivalence classes or concepts that we taught were coordination, hierarchical, comparison, and the causal frame. For the experimental design, we used a non-concurrent multiple probe across behaviors with each leg including the phases of pretest, train, probe, and generalization. The first leg consisted of the coordination and comparison relational frames, and the second leg consisted of the causal and hierarchical frames. The study was conducted in a single session to reduce confounding variables. The primary independent variable was the EBI instruction in the form of matching to sample task, and the primary dependent variables were the percentage of emerged derived relations, trials to criterion from training trials, and the percentage of correct trials from generalization probes. Each concept had 3-member class consisting of the label of the frame, definition, and example. The frame to definition relation was taught if needed, and the BA symmetry was tested. The definition to example relation was taught if needed, and the CB symmetry was tested. The AC transitivity and CA equivalence relation were also tested. If any of the derived relations did not emerge, the relation would then be specifically taught. Like the existing EBI literature that taught the high-level subject matter, the reflexivity relation did not need to be tested due to the general participants' profiles of being highly language-abled. The results confirmed the efficacy of EBI. When a participant did not know new relation, it took only 1 trial for them to learn it. When a new relation is learned by the instruction, derived relations of symmetry, transitivity, and equivalence emerge for all participants. When we compare the pretest and generalization probes, generative learning accumulated, and all participants were able to generalize to new stimuli. Behavior adoption on new concepts might have been evident for some participants as they experienced the EBI training on previous trials. We took social validity data on the study. Majority of the participants were at the time pursuing their BCBA credential, followed by students who have graduated and those already obtained their BCBA certificates. Participants reported their confidence of RFT knowledge increase after the EBI training. Majority agreed that knowledge of RFT is beneficial to their work and that the EBI instruction helped them learn the concepts. Majority thought it was easy to navigate via Google Forms and the time commitment was appropriate for this type of teaching procedure. And also majority reported a good learning experience and would recommend EBI as the instructional method to learn other subject matter and would recommend EBI to others as well. We recommend for future studies to evaluate the effects of EBI on long-term maintenance, evaluate Google Forms add-on features as the method for dissemination, assessing EBI to teach other behavior analytic concepts as part of an overall university-wide curriculum program supporting asynchronous instruction, and to evaluate influences of EBI variables such as the number of equivalence classes, member classes, modality, and sense mode of stimuli such as auditory versus textual versus videos. Please reach out for any questions you might have. Thank you so much for the opportunity to submit my research for the Division 25 Student Research Award, and thank you for your time and consideration.